Good evening, I'm Aki Martinson, and I'm a man. As such, I tend to forget important dates like anniversaries or Valentine's Day, which I regret to inform you gentlemen, is upon us again. But I'm also an inventor and a problem solver, and so I ask myself the question, is it possible to always have a romantic surprise ready to go at a moment's notice? Or at the push of a button? Turns out it is. Right, West Marine Turbo Inline Blower. Is this for your boat, they asked. Alright. This is a 12-volt power supply. Let's test it out. Oh! Nice. These are artificial rose petals, Wakisaki brand. They're even scented. All right. Should be enough thrust. Now, I need to improvise some kind of magazine to store these over the fan. What can I use? Ha ha ha! It's a perfect fit. Let's try it again. Okay, so I can't stuff it too full. Oops. Here's a CAD model of what I have in mind. There's going to be a lot of 3D printed parts in this one. The blower feeds air up into this flue, which oscillates left to right, driven by a motorized crank. The petals sit in this fan-shaped muzzle up here. The whole thing moves up and down on drawer slides attached to this base. And here it is, something I never thought I'd make. The muzzle of a rose petal blunderbuss. Time to print the rest of the parts. Cue the tango. Right, we have the blower and the Lazy Susan. Let's put this thing together. First, I install the oscillation motor. Well, this is an example of the sort of thing that works in CAD, but not in real life. Rather than modify this and reprint it, I am going to make some modifications to this with a Dremel and make it work in this case, so I can always modify the model later. Yes! Good God, it's noisy. Unfortunately, there's a mistake here. The other hole, this one, is too close to the motor. It'll be fine with just one. The design is over-constrained anyway. Okay, I've got the fan and the oscillation motor connected together. I've got the whole assembly on these stacks here. Let's test it out. Okay, trying it again with an improvised intake screen here because it was definitely sucking them back into the fan. This is what I'm calling the intermediate bass. It carries some short drawer slides that will enable the top of the machine to pop up from behind the headboard when triggered. Now that we've got this thing moving up and down on the drawer slides, how are we going to power that motion? With this 12-volt linear actuator. I bought this on Amazon from an unpronounceable company. It doesn't look like much, but it's surprisingly strong, although I wouldn't bet on it lasting too long. Now, let's figure out how to install it in here. I got lucky. This linear actuator bolts on pretty easily to this drawer slide. It's perfect! Building any robot or mechatronic prototype eventually always comes down to wiring, powering everything, connectors, and so forth. It's easy to neglect because none of it is the real meat of the project, but try to remember to pay some attention to it in the design phase and your life will be easier than mine. Perfect. Right, I need a heavy, stable base. And here it is, a 10-pound dumbbell plate. But achy, I hear you saying, if you wanted to impress the ladies, you should try lifting those instead of building ridiculous machines out of them. Don't worry about me. The correlation between plates and dates is not as strong as the bros would have you believe. Yes. Nothing left now but to install it behind the bed. Who could that be? Why, hello there. I've been expecting you.